should be recorded too, right?
Yeah. Have a seat over there.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's not you?
Push play. Push play.
You are in the mix with DJ Emanuel Pippin on the Vintage House Show.
Chicago's #1 DJ, DJ Emanuel.
That's a hot drop. I said that's a hot drop.
Yo.
All right. We're gonna get into it with DJ Emanuel Pippin. We got to experience a little bit of his soulful house mix. He goes deep, he goes deep, he goes deep. But how did you get your start? Go ahead and...
Oh man, shoot, I got my start, man. Jeez, we gotta go back to those years. I said 1982. I guess my cousin Will said we did 81. We was kids in Robert Taylor, in the projects, under the union of DJ Reg McLean.
Oh, DJ Reggie McLean.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about how you guys met.
We grew up in the same neighborhood, same building. And Reg used to go down to the music box and stuff like that, but Reg was also a DJ. So what he heard at the music box or whatever when Ron was playing, when we do a party the weekend, like on the weekends or something, he comes to a party, he would play the stuff that Ronnie used to play at the music box. Okay. So.
But how did you guys know what he was playing? Like, there was no Shazam or.
No, the thing was, my uncles and my cousin was DJs, so they was playing a lot of like the funk and the disco stuff that was, that was out early on, like the South Soul stuff, what you saw, Sky and Instant Funk and the Brothers Johnson,
South Soul and some other labels.
Yeah, Arista, Epic, stuff that was coming out on the early labels. You know what I'm saying? The United Artists and stuff like that. So
Brunswick.
Yeah, Chicago. So I've been listening to music and like into the music since I was really, really young, man. Like 4 years old, man. And
did they play it in your families?
Yeah, see, my uncles was big DJs back then.
Okay.
So
where would they DJ?
Oh man, they was playing all over the place. They was going to the Soul Train and stuff like that, and just knowing what dance music was.
Okay.
So, but they was disc jockeys, so they played everything.
Yes.
Soul, funky stuff, disco. Back then James Brown was big. But like I said, as a kid, man, I grew up in the music field, and I guess it just rubbed off on me.
And is this your primary earning, the way you earn a living in life?
Well,
today?
Well, I'm an electrician. A lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
I should have said that.
Right, because your phone's gonna blow up.
But the DJ thing been really, really, really good to me.
Yes.
I established a name. I got out here and grind real hard. Doing my little parties, and my brothers. I had three other brothers besides me. It was four of us. So all three of them, the other three, they deceased right now. Rest in heaven. And my brother Joe Pippin, and my brother Robert. My oldest brother wasn't into DJing, and my cousin Will. It was crazy because as kids we formed our own little home radio station. It was called WJRD.
All right. Wait, we got to give a shout out to Will Jackson, who is in studio with us.
Yes, my cousin. Well, more brother than cousin.
He's in the interview studio because we're still adhering to the protocols. But Will Jackson, thank you for joining us as well tonight. Yes, we can. Absolutely.
So
I'm sorry I disrupted the story because this is
he was a part of it. He was right there with me. So we was all together. We ate at the same plate. We slept in the same beds. We was more brothers than cousins. So if don't nobody know, he knows. He's, we've been running the streets together since then, since kids.
Yes.
So, so as the years go on, I got into, freshman in high school. I'm 14, and we was DJing. I was DJing. Me and my brother was DJing at DuSable because I was DuSable.
Okay.
And this older guy's name was Marvin Terry, and he was passing out flyers for a Christmas party at the Ascot Hotel.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it to this day. Man, I can't remember. What was that? 86, Will? 85, 86? Oh, yeah, well, let's take that. Yeah, well.
Ragtime.
Yeah, my brain is getting a little old now, y'all, so y'all gotta. That's before it was 10 City. It was Ragtime.
Yes.
So I was doing a party there for a guy. His name was Ron Terry.
Okay.
He wasn't Marvin Terry. He was Ron
Terry before.
Yeah. So, Marvin Terry was passing out flyers there and everything. So it goes to, like I said, goes back to the homecoming dance at DuSable. So Marvin came in. I was DJing. I was getting it. And he's like, hey, I'm having this party. Should we come play? Whatever. And I was like, okay. So I said, you have to talk to my mother. You know what I'm saying? My mother was like, he came over to the house. My mom, she was just one of them gutter women. She was like, yeah, he can play. But, you have to see out to my boys. Because something happened to him, something going to happen to you. So, and that's just how it was.
That's just a mother's love.
You know what I'm saying?
This is an important theme, though. Whenever we talk to some of the pioneers, they all say that their parents supported them.
My mother thinks that this is what we wanted to do. So, I mean, it's been times. Well, I'm gonna get on to that, but that was the start. I did the party at the Ascot Hotel. I think I played an hour. We was gonna get $30, maybe $30 to $40, $50, something like that. But that was a lot of money to us back then because we'll go right to the record store and buy records.
You put it right back in the business.
Right back in the business. So, we kept on, like I said, Will, my brother Joe, my brother Rob, my little cousin Lamont, my cousin Daryl. Like I said, we had formed our own little radio station, WJRD, but it was in the house. We all would take turns DJing. Of course, me and Will was the youngest, so they would give us they would take up all the time and give us the last 10 minutes before my mother make us cut off the music. So, time goes on. I started doing parties, holiday parties for Marvin Terry. Got off to high school, then I started doing of course, 8th grade luncheons and then a homecoming dance from high schools and high school parties, and it goes on. I met J.R. Deontay. And I was doing a lot of parties for him. Of course, he was doing the parties at the Rink Zone. Everybody, if you know about the Rink Zone, you know J.R. Deontay. So he was he was the promoter there. And Leonard Remix Word was a DJ. Dwayne Jackson. It had Lil Jon. Those were the good old days. But those guys helped build DJ Emanuel. Well, I wasn't DJ Emanuel then, I was Emanuel Pippin.
Okay.
That's what I was going by then, Emanuel Pippin.
Okay.
So
we're gonna get to the names a little down the road.
Yeah.
Too. Okay.
So I ain't skip Sam Chapman. I'm never ever gonna skip Sam Chapman.
We got fact checking going real time with DJ Will Jackson.
I'm never gonna forget Sam Chapman. I was getting to Sam Chapman. Thank you for reminding me, sir. But Sam Chapman, I call him the daddy of the group.
Yes.
Sam put me on to every, when I say every party, we was doing Club Music World. We was doing all the senior graduation parties, the Fantasy, We was the Taste. We was doing all these big parties, man, and it's, just like I said, being a teenager, man, I was doing what I wanted to do, which was to play music, DJ.
And so we are here in 2021. You got a lot of gaps to fill in here.
Man, I got a whole lot of gaps to fill in.
You got an event coming up, Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I got a little, it's a little picnic I'm doing this coming Saturday behind the museum. It's just something I want to do for me and some of my friends to come out and we can enjoy some music, dance a little bit, barbecue. It's a holiday weekend, it's Memorial Day weekend. We're going to celebrate, some of the lives of our friends, our good friends that we lost, If you don't mind me naming a few people that
Please, that you're here to tell your story.
Of course, my brother Joe P, my brother Rob, my brother James. Then we're gonna go over to like everybody that was in that train that we lost, like the DJs, Ron Hardy, Frankie Knuckles, Pink House, Armando, Big House. Man, it's just my memory is going blank right now.
It's okay because I realize and recognize it's a little emotional as well.
Yeah.
And we're actually planning to do a show that memorializes many of the pioneers. So we'd like to probably invite you back.
Yeah, I would love to come back
to help tell that story and to ensure that we capture as much of that history as possible. You've been DJing, you were influenced by your family and some other great legends, but what has often happened is people want to go to a different phase of being involved in the music industry. Talk a little bit about how you evolved in the music industry beyond DJing.
Okay. So let's go back to this again. I was a promoter.
See, I knew we had missed some stuff.
I was going to get to that because that's what a lot of people are missing. As a DJ, I learned how to get out here and grind. I learned how to get out here and hustle. I learned how to get out here and make a name for myself.
Yeah.
A couple of people got me in a couple of spots, but I learned how to stand on my own two legs and make my name. I listen to a lot of DJs. I promote a lot of parties. A lot of DJs is out here. Most of them I help promote their name and to get them where they're at too.
Okay.
Along with myself.
Talk about that.
Should I say names? I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, everybody, they know who they are.
Well, so part of the mission of the Vintage House Show is to get as many of these stories and the names of all those involved so that we can ensure that as generations that follow, they're able to understand how this movement was formed, how it evolved, who was involved. So
okay, I mean, it's a lot of guys that was involved. It's a lot of guys that was involved. Again, it goes back to this. They know who they are. I just, I kind of focus on the building of Emanuel Pippin.
Okay.
DJ Emanuel. I
it's a community affair, though.
Exactly.
House music is a community.
Well, I mean, I said I didn't want to go there on that, but I mean, some things I'd rather just keep silent on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could tell my history.
Yes.
But everybody else's history, honestly, I can care less about it because it didn't build me. I built myself. I got out here and got it how I can get it. with help from guys from back, you know, like I said, the JR, the Sam Chapmans, the Marvin Terry, you know, a lot of the crews back in the day, which was like Gucci Promotion,
Gene and John Hunt.
John Hunt, those guys. Yeah, I'm getting to that, but the ones that looked at me as like I was just a feather, those guys never gave me a chance, which was the Gucci Promotions. They you know, those were more of the bougie crowd. You know, they didn't want to have no part to what I was doing. So those guys never gave me a chance to DJ. Marvin Terry, let's go back to him, always gave me a platform. Sam Chapman, JR, Emmett and Michello. Those guys always gave me a chance. You know, when they knew, you know, what type of energy that I had.
Okay.
So, but as far as like promoting, I always promoted myself. Always got out here and got it the way I wanted to get it. You know, as the time moves on, we're gonna get off into it. But you know, I had a lot of guys that I can say that looked out for me. You know, gave me a chance. Paul Johnson. Oh man, it's just so many.
So I'm taking away from what you just shared is that there are communities within the house community.
Exactly.
And your community consisted of some of the people that you name dropped at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Marvin Terry and JR and
Sam Chapman. Yeah.
And so that was the community that you thrived in.
Exactly.
And they instilled in you what you already had in you, obviously, which was the hustle of being able to promote and build your brand.
Exactly.
But there were other parts of the community that were focused and putting their energy in other people within the Chicago house community
Exactly.
and the movement, which, you know, we find has happened very often across genres. But certainly there's a lot of feeling involved in the Chicago house movement around that issue.
You know.
Am I on base?
Yeah,
Right?
you
Okay.
get right to it.
Okay.
The Chicago house community. You know, and I'm only speaking from my eyes.
Your experience. This is what your
You know,
hour is about.
How could I say it? You know, I really didn't want to put it this way, and I really didn't want to go to this, but the Chicago house community to this day, it's too cliquish, it's sad. Because when we was coming up in the game, and we was out here getting it and promoting and doing what we love to do, we didn't have these cliques of who support who, or you shouldn't go to that party, or you shouldn't do this. We all was one united court house industry. It wasn't, we had plenty of parties. There was a lot of parties. You know, you had 2 or 3, 4 parties a night. Everybody will, you know, people will party hop. Now it's like the popularity. It's, how can I say,
Well, you said it well, and again, I've tried to bring it down into these communities within a community, and the fact of that matter is that it invokes a lot of feelings because, you know, some communities go down, you know, one path and other communities go down another, and there is an opportunity because house is known as a unifying genre, a spiritual experience that we believe, and the hope is that we could all come together and thrive as one. But, you know, the reality of what we experience, not just in this genre, but in society, is that, yeah, there's different cliques that support or communities that support other communities, but what we do is to find a way within ourselves and the communities that we have thrived in to build a brand, to build a following,
Yeah,
to build a movement.
And I can say I built my own following.
Clearly.
Bottom line, I'm probably one of the only DJs in Chicago that have held a residency in one place for 15 years.
Talk about that residency.
Okay, so the dating game. I was at Secrets for about 4 years. I left Secrets and went to the dating game. They had a Wednesday nights there, which was Ron the Flowers and Coco. That was a good thing. They had a good night. But as far as longevity, I was the only one that had the longest running night, which was a Sunday night in house history.
At the dating game.
At the dating game.
Yeah,
it wasn't a big nightclub thing,
right?
But I always had a super packed house. You know what I'm saying? And people came for it wasn't only about me, it was about the music. And that's what people are missing now. They paying more to who's DJing or exactly what the DJs. They paying more attention to what should I say, popularity instead of missing the music.
Well, let's talk about the music because again, this is the genre that we have, built this community around. What were some of the music selections that you were playing on the Sunday night at Dating Game that really helped to cement your long-term residency there? Because it's always about the music.
Yeah. So everybody knows me. They know I love classics.
Okay.
But I was also breaking records on that night.
You were educating the crowd too.
So, people knew what they was coming to hear, and they know that I'm gonna play what they want to hear. A lot of DJs, to them, it's about now, and people might not like what I'm saying, which I don't care, but it's like now, the DJs that's playing music now, they playing music just to get popular. They're not playing music for the dance floor. Where I come from, because I was one of those dancers. I was on the dance floor once before. So I know what music is for the dance floor. A lot of these guys out, they wanna force music on people that is not for the dance floor. When you do a party or you DJing, you gotta watch what people are reacting to. If they not reacting to a certain sound, a certain song, a certain genre, you have to change it up, because if not, how are you gonna build a brand? How are you gonna build a following? I've been doing this for a long, long time. I done had just about all the a lot of these DJs come play for me.
Yes.
A lot of them. I can name a plenty of them. Farley, Terry Hunter, Mike Dunn, Gene Hunt, Andre Hatchett, Steve Shook Hurley, Scott Seals, Ron Carroll, and the list go on and on. I done made a lot of DJs famous on my nights. You know what I'm saying? Just because of who I am.
At the dating game.
At the dating game.
Okay.
Just by opening my doors up, giving people a chance to get heard.
So again, you became a community builder yourself.
Yes, sir.
And the dating game was a central
foundation for people to come in
Yeah.
and do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I just, and it's kind of, like you said earlier, sometimes your emotions get involved with things, because
it's okay, we're human.
You feel that, you done did so much because I can say this.
Yeah. Say it.
I don't watch a lot of people rise. I don't watch a lot of people fall. I can say I'm probably one, if not the one, that kept the house community going.
Okay.
Because a lot of these guys either went to hip hop, or they just disappeared for a while.
And so I want to get to that point. I want to unpack that a little more because, you know, my question earlier was really about what was the music that you played. I'm just curious, was it always disco, house, dance music?
It was a mixture.
What else were you?
But the thing is, the performance.
Okay.
Okay.
The selection.
It's the selection. It's I learned 3 things.
Break it down for us.
3 things from. I learned these 3 things from Sam Chapman and Reginald Corner.
Get your notebooks out, Vintage House fans.
2 people that taught me this, which was Reginald Corner. I ain't gonna say Reginald Corner. No. Reginald McClain. DJ Reg, everybody know him as DJ Reg. And Sam Chapman. These are the 3 tools they gave me. Knowing what to play, when to play it, and how to play it. With those 3 tools, you'll win. If you can't go by those three rules, you'll lose instantly.
What does that mean?
Okay, selection-wise, music.
Yeah, break it down further.
You gotta know what to play. It can't just be something that you just, okay, I'm gonna test this out or I'm gonna do this. No. It's gotta be something that's gonna get them heads bobbed. That's gonna make them people jump. It's gonna make them people scream.
Jump.
Timing is a key. You gotta know how to play it. If you don't know how to play it, you know, I tell a lot of people ask me, hey man, how you play this song? And then when I play the song, how do you play the song? And they go crazy off of it. And then when I play it, you know, it's just like a regular song. I said, because you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know when to drop that record. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know when to drop it. Because if not, I mean, it's you're wasting your time. You know? So, I mean, that's that, you know.
Timing is critical. And, you know, we get an hour to cover the stories of icons and pioneers of house music like DJ Emanuel Pippin here. I wanted to go back though.
Okay.
I want to maximize this hour, but
come on.
We said we're gonna have you back. But you also shared something that is very important, and I wanted to talk about that a little more. And that was that you were a dancer.
Yeah.
A dancer first, before you really took to DJing as, you know, the way you were gonna influence how people experience the party.
Yeah.
Talk about what it was like to be a dancer, and, you know, what the DJs were doing to keep you dancing on the
Man, you know, back when I was dancing and stuff, it was dancing and DJing, but as far as party wise, our DJ that made us dance,
yeah,
and I know a lot of people will agree to this, was Mr. Andre Hatchett. Second, it would be Ferris Thomas. Now those were my 2 favorite DJs because they had those 3 keys. They knew what to play, when to play it, and how to play it. You know, you had the Little Lewises and all the other guys, and I'm not taking none away from them. Leonard Remix Ray was a good DJ back then because he was doing a ring zone. Another DJ that what I can say that is a damn good DJ, excuse my language, Hugo Hutchinson. Because Hugo Hutchinson knows what to play, when to play it, and how to play it. And I'm not saying this because I'm on this show. I'm gonna tell you another person that can jam the box. Laurie Branch.
DJ Laurie Branch, the co-host of the Vintage House Show.
We did a spot, and we're gonna move on to that. We did a spot called Trading Flavor, along with another DJ. His name was Vic Connors. It was a great DJ. Rest in peace. But Laurie Branch, hey, don't sleep on Laurie. I'm telling y'all.
All right. We got a shout out for our co-host, the Vintage House Show. So dancing was certainly influenced by the power and the capabilities of the DJs that were just name dropped.
Yeah.
I want to spend a little bit of time on what you see as the future of house music, because, you know, all of us involved, many of us that are deeply rooted, are past middle age, or at least in the middle age and up kind of demographic here. What about the future? How do we get the next generation ready?
You know what? You know how we get the next generation ready? Some of these older DJs, pioneer DJs, or what they want to call themselves, legends, get off that cloud that they on. And stop, acting like it was a record back in the day. He used to say, don't no one man owns house.
Okay.
There's a lot of these DJs out here that feel that they own house. No, I'm not gonna mention their names, but they know who they are. Don't know one man own house.
No.
And a DJ said this to me before. Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm not letting nobody else in the game. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing. No, you can't do that because see.
Wow, someone actually said that.
Oh yeah, I would say that person's name, but I'll keep it to myself.
Yeah.
But my thing is this. This is how I look at it. And I'm gonna use some older artists. We'll use the Temptations, or James Brown, or Marvin Gaye. To this day, their music is still being played.
Yes.
Why not? We was taught. Why not take our music and share it with the younger ones? Get some of these younger ones involved with it, so they can take our legacy and move and take it to the next level.
Yes.
A lot of these guys don't want that. They want it to die with them. I don't want it to die with me. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these guys out here, we all pushing, if not 50 plus. In the next 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 years, maybe 10 years, we're gonna be done. So if you're saying you're not gonna keep the genre going with the younger ones, then of course it's gonna die with us. Because, and I don't want that to happen because I worked hard to get my name, and I worked hard to get a stone in this house community. So I don't want it to die.
So I think I want to ensure that, and this is my opinion, I guess I have the privilege of an opinion on this show.
Yeah.
But again, I go back to the word that we've used a lot tonight, and that is community. And certainly anyone claiming that they single-handedly own house music don't understand the definition of community, right?
That's right.
They are they are members of a body. And we know that each member of a body contributes to the genre in a unique and special way. But I think your point about someone suggesting that they're not going to let anybody else in or someone else in is an important one, because we all want this genre to be sustained. We want it to live on. We want it to thrive. We want it to level up, right?
Exactly.
To whatever is next for it, because it is not just a musical genre, as we all say, and I say it very often on this show, even if it becomes cliche, it is a spiritual thing.
Yes.
It is something that disconnects us from the harsh reality of the world very often, and allows us to free ourselves and our minds, our bodies, our spirit. And so these are the elements and the things that make this genre so special, even though, we talked also about emotion. The beauty of emotion being involved in any aspect of house music is the fact that it is the humanity of us that allows us to be emotional. Mm-hmm. The second we take emotion out and all these other characteristics, we lose the humanity of this genre and we begin to become robotic. We know that artificial intelligence is happening all around us now. It has no heart, right?
Exactly.
We even criticize other genres of music,
man,
because it seems like it has no soul.
Yeah.
And so it's very important that people recognize.
You said a word a couple seconds ago.
Yes.
Disconnect.
Yes.
The house community is so disconnected right now because because of a lack of support. Some people only wants the house community to support them. When this whole, again, community, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a community. And that's what my picnic thing is about this Saturday.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Me and one of my friends, one of my brothers, Devo, we teamed up because he does Unity Day.
Okay.
So we teamed up to bring this Unity thing together. And you know, it's sad to say, but people still feel that no one can do anything in Chicago unless it's got to do with them. And that's not right. And I feel like, people need to put their differences aside. We losing people every day. Especially in our house community. We done lost so many people in our community, man. I mean, people that literally dance, come out to party and enjoy themselves. I just wish that things can be better than what they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, people can put their differences aside and let stuff go. You know what I'm saying? Because if that can happen, this house community can get right back to where it should be. Other states, other countries, they looking at us like we're a mecca of house music. And everybody is at each other's neck. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is disconnected.
So I really appreciate that as an opinion. I know, again, that there's a mix of emotion as well as what is perceived happening there. And I want to say that not just because I'm a co-host of the Vintage House Show, but because there are people within the community that do want to bring together the community, right, in a positive way, that this is a point in time, particularly after a pandemic, well, we're still in it, that it's very important, and I think we've seen it manifest that there has been increased support for what others are doing. We've sort of spread out, there's only 7 days in a week, 24 hours in a day. Everybody was trying to get on and do their virtual shows. And you saw a bit of boundaries and respect around dates and times that people were... Some. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. And, just like anything else, there's prime time where, people are attentive to what's happening on their streams.
I mean, people can support. Not to cut you off, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. People are going to support who they're going to support and who they want to support. But, I think, and I'm gonna try to pull it off. I'm gonna try to pull it off before I get up out of this house community, because I'm getting a little older now, and I'm just at this point. I can say I done did a lot more than a lot of people did in their life when it comes to this house community. I've been all across the world. I'd have met some of the best. I'd have met some of the coldest DJs. I'd have met some of the best people in my life. I got my brother right now. I got a big brother. I call him my big brother because that's how he treat me, like a little brother. His name is Sheldon Randolph. We have this place on 57th and State called The Post.
Yes.
Probably got the most bangingest sound system, probably in Illinois. And it's a really, really nice spot. People, I really wish we could get more of our house people to come down and just enjoy themselves and then hang out and, just do what we used to do, party and have fun. Now it's just, it's just, I don't know, I guess it's just me. But, people we need to get this house community back like it used to be, man. And it's going to take a little work. It's going to take a little work from everybody, the DJs, the promoters, So I don't know how much more time we got, but I hope. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Will. Yes. Give us the date. He didn't have headphones. He didn't have. Yes. Yes. So we're talking about Unity Day. Not everyone is able to hear you because we're also streaming, Will. So I didn't want to cut you off, but I wanted to restate what you were just sharing. That is so important. The appeal to the egos of those who might be armed and might not responsibly possess, these tools of destruction, otherwise known as guns. And we really, really need people to disconnect, that term again, from their egos and the possession of these weapons of destruction that are taking away our community
Our
members.
kids, man.
Especially
our kids, man.
Especially. This is your opportunity. From 55th,
The west side.
From 55th
And Wentworth.
from east to west in a convoy. Michelle Clark High
So
School.
make sure you mark your
the
calendars
destination.
this weekend, May 29th and 30th. Unity Day, DJ Emanuel. Unity Day behind the museum. Grove 6A and B. We'll be out there. And then we're Sunday, 55th and Wentworth. Meet us at the parade because it's going to go down. But like I said, house people, we got to get it together. I know that I'm probably have to come back and finish my story because I got a lot more. I got a whole encyclopedia.
Yeah, so here's the thing. We do a special edition when I'm on the Vintage House Show called Mega's Philosophical Grooves.
Okay.
And on the Philosophical Grooves edition, I always ask a philosophical question. And the question I have for you is, we kind of touched upon this during the show, but you talked about these three things a DJ should be able to do in order to rock the dance floor, to rock a party.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're given the beauty of our humanities that we're given, many of us are given 6 senses. If you were to take away 2 of those senses, sight and sound, how would you still accomplish the power of controlling the dance floor as a DJ? What do you think you could do to instill? I'm about to give away the answer. There is no right or wrong answer, really. But if you were a DJ and sight and sound was not one of the senses you possessed, how would you rock the dance floor?
With a microphone.
Okay, talk about that.
Hey, you gotta know how to talk to the people. You gotta know how to talk to them. That's another tool I learned from the legendary Sam Chapman. You gotta know how to talk to them. You gotta know how to talk to the dance floor.
So there's not a lot of talking in house music.
No,
but
that's
what you would do.
Oh yeah, I talk a little bit. I talk a little bit on the mic, but it's not what you say; it's how you say it.
Give us an example. Put you on the spot, real.
Oh, you can't ask, man.
You got a mix playing in the background.
That goes my answer right there. The mix in the background. Listen to the performance of that mix.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been honored to have DJ Emanuel Pippin in the building, along with cousin Big Brother Will Jackson, on this episode.
No problem.
The May 26th.
Hey y'all need to come down to the Post, 5745 South State Street, and come hang with us. We open Fridays and Saturdays.
I love it.
10 p.m. until.
Give us details again on the picnic.
The picnic is this Saturday, May 29th, behind the museum, 57th and Science. Be back there. It's gonna go down. I'm telling you, I got some crazy DJs. Can I say the DJ name?
Yeah, drop it.
DJs gonna be Will Jacks, my little bro Rock Smith. The sweet, lovely, tightest female DJ, Sundance, Steve Miggity Maestro, Mark Fuller, my man John Goins. It's gonna be crazy, y'all. We just back there having some fun with some friends. This is not an event. This is not an event. This is just us having some fun with some friends.
Okay.
So, I would like for everybody to come through and hang with us.
Give us the location again.
57th and Science, behind the museum by the boat docks.
All right.
Also, the Post. The after set will be at the Post, 57th and State. Make sure y'all come and line up with us Sunday. What time, Jax? a.m.
So I gotta ask. There was one question I didn't get a chance to ask, but I gotta ask before. Come
on with it.
DJ Spookey. Where did the DJ Spookey alias come from?
Okay, so
what's that story?
How many seconds you got?
We're counting down.
Okay, it came from this. I was working at the warehouse.
Which warehouse?
738 West Randolph.
Okay, warehouse 2?
Yes.
And Joe Smooth?
they had the manager name was JJ. And I guess because it was so dark, I was the blackest person in there probably. It was so dark, and all he used to call me was Spooky Guns. So I just took the name and ran with it, and it blew up as DJ Spookey. I used it out on Alias on some of my records.
Yes.
A lot of people got my records that came out on Relief Records and Shawax and Trax Records. And so that's where DJ Spookey came from, the warehouse.
Love it.
And for everybody that knows about the warehouse, they know Emanuel built his name at the warehouse in that basement, beating them walls, sweat. So everybody that knows me, they know who they used to come to the warehouse and listen to in that basement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story of DJ Spookey, a.k.a. DJ Emanuel Pippin. Emanuel Pippin, thank you for joining us here on the Vintage House Show tonight.
No problem, no problem. Once I have more time, because I got a lot of stories to tell.
We will have you back, and we look forward to hearing those stories. Check them out at the Post. Check them out at the picnic this weekend, Memorial Day. And where can they find you, to follow you on
Follow me
social media?
Follow me on Facebook, of course, DJ Emanuel Pippin. What's the other thing?
You got a Twitch, a Mixcloud, SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Catch me on SoundCloud, DJ Emanuel. Twitch, DJ Emanuel Pippin. Also, don't forget, coming in August, the big 50th birthday bash.
All right,
DJ Emanuel.
We will see you back here 10 p.m. next Wednesday. Street Beat, WNUR 89.3 FM and HD1 Evanston, Chicago. We are the Vintage House Show.
Holla. Yeah, that was me.
Great discussion. I really appreciate
I wanted to go
opening up and holding back. You know, we. Yeah. Let me get just.
Oh, this whole lid, man.